Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and teach you the basics. So I'm going to teach you about working your back office, where everything's located, because this is where you're going to conduct a big part of your business. This is where you see your sales and all that stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that. So let's go ahead and jump right into that. Let me go ahead and share my screen with you. So when you first log in, it's going to ask you for your email and password that you signed up with, and so you'll just provide that. And then, so here in this shopping tab, so we have the total security membership. So if you click on here, you can actually see a detailed list of what our benefits are, and in case you need them, if somebody asks or you're curious yourself, so you can familiarize yourself with the product. So that's available to you. And then next is your account tab. So this is where you'll find your membership ID. This $19.95 is just saying that that's what you're paying each month for your membership, because like I said, it is a membership. So that's why that's there. Now, here in this login info, I'll later explain to you what exactly you'll need this for, but this is where your username is. So say if you, for some reason, don't have a username, this is where you're going to go to fix that. So you'll just type in the username here and then click update, and then it'll update that username for you. Here would be your payment method. So if you, for some reason, need to change your payment method, then you would change that there. Here in your associate tabs, now this is the one that you want to get the most familiar with, because where you're going to be spending most of your time when you're on here. So you don't need to worry about this team, but I'm going to go over it super quick. So basically, when somebody signs up, their thing, like their little, it'll be colored in and say that they signed up. If they didn't, they visited your website and your checkout page, but they didn't actually sign up. So you don't need to worry about this too much though, because we have a sales tab. This is where you want to focus. So if somebody signed up, their name will be back here. So if they didn't sign up and they didn't pay, it won't be back here. So in order to have access to this training and access to our group, they have to have an active paid membership. So make sure that they signed up before you actually send them through. So make sure they're in this sales tab before anything. So if you want a picture for here, this is where you would upload your picture. If it's too big, then you can just Google pic resize, and there's like a website that will let you do it. I think it's like 100 by 100 is what I did, so that it would fit back here. So you can do that as well. If you want to change this, like work less, live more, or to something motivational, whatever you want, you would go into your account tab and then this personal info, and it'll say personal quote. I'm not going to click on it because it has my personal info, of course, but that's where you would go to change that. And pretty much those are the two things that you really need to worry about. I'm going to come back to this associate eligibility in just a second. This is your support tab. So this is where you're going to be able to find the numbers to MCA, fax number, website, anything that you need will be available in this tab. There's actually, like, when you get somebody who's on hold, watch, let me show you. So there's valid sales, build, and hold. So with a valid sale, see right here how it's hold? That means that their payment hasn't completely gone through, so they just need to call and verify that. So basically, they'll just call the company and verify that they did indeed want the membership, and I'll leave let me make a note of that. I'll leave the number that they need to call and verify. It's different than that one on the support tab. And then also there's valid sales, so that means that it automatically went through and it's good to go. So that's when you would send them through. You can send them through when they're on hold, but you just want to make sure that you follow up with them, that they're actually going to call. It does take like 24 to 48 hours to show in your back office after they verify, so just make sure you're checking back there. Also, something you'll notice is here, see security first and last. So I was getting $82 per person because of my volume of sales, but you'll notice, for example, let's see. If it says no advance, usually it's because they canceled. Because if they canceled before the week ends, then you don't get paid for them. The week starts Sunday and Saturday, finalizes the next week on Wednesday, and then pays out Friday. So if they cancel before that Wednesday, then you won't get paid for them. But I mean, they didn't keep their membership, so obviously that's why you didn't get paid. When it says invalid, the payment was no good. It didn't go through. So you can do two things. You can either tell them, hey, you know, like you have to redo it because it didn't work, or they'll let you know if they can or can't. Pretty much that's your option. And then let me see, I'm trying to find an example for you. Let me go back a little bit. So when, sorry, this isn't working. What's going on? Okay, here we go. So right here, how you see as earned, that means they signed up with a prepaid card. So when somebody signs up with a prepaid card, we only, I don't know what this is doing. We only get $9.24. The reason why is because say that an associate went out and bought like 5 prepaid cards, load them with $40, and then bought the membership under themselves to receive the 80 over and over. They're screwing the company because it's not an actual membership. And so to avoid that, they only pay out $9.24 for prepaid cards. So just so you know, if it says as earned, somebody paid with a prepaid. But I mean, $10 is better than no bucks. So keep that in mind. Bank drafts, again, it'll say billed before it says valid, and they just have to call and verify their account. So it's pretty simple stuff. As far as this associate eligibility goes, so this is what's going to pop up. As soon as you hit this associate tab, it's going to tell you to fill out an associate registration. So you'll fill that stuff out. It will ask for your social, and that's because this is a job opportunity. You're going to file taxes, so that's the reason why it's going to ask that. But pretty much what you're going to do is you'll set up your direct deposit. So it's going to ask you for your EFT name, I believe it says, and that's just your bank's name. So you'll put in your bank's name, your bank's number. So I just Googled like my bank near me, and I just put in that number, and then it'll ask for your account and routing number. So you'll provide that stuff, and that's just to set up your bank or your direct deposit. And then you're going to have to do an associate agreement. So this is agreeing to the company's terms to be an associate with them, pretty much. So you'll just sign and probably date it. So you'll sign it, and it should already be filled out. I can't click on it because it's going to show some personal info, but it should already be filled out. If it's not, you'll just do what it asks. It'll ask for your sponsor's name, their member ID, and you can just ask your sponsor for that, and then it'll ask you for your name, your address, whatever the case may be, but it should be filled out. And also the W-9 form, when it asks, we are an individual / sole proprietor. So you'll check mark that, and then you'll sign it, and that'll be done. And some states do require a state license. About half of them do, ranging from $5 to $10 to $200. It just depends on the state. That's not something that's for MCA. It's something that your state requires. So you can't get mad and blame the company for that. Like I said, it's just a regulation for some states. But I will say that if you can't afford to pay it right away, then what you can do is you can actually start earning commissions, and they'll hold those commissions for you until you can afford to pay it or feel comfortable. So say like you've earned $500 worth and your license is $100. So you feel comfortable handing over that 100 because you are confident you'll get the 500 back. So as soon as you pay for that license, then they'll release the commissions to you. So you have time to save up and start working or earning until you pay for that as well. So you'll do those things. And then the way that you can submit them is, so you have a couple options. You can download a app called eSign, and you can sign them on there and then directly upload them. It'll give you an area to upload it once, like if I was to do it, like if I didn't already have it in there, then it would give me the option to. But pretty much like you can do that. You can email them if you want to do that. You can print them out and mail them. You can print them out and fax them. And you can even, what I did personally is I printed it out, I signed it, I took a picture with my phone, and then I uploaded the picture here where it gave me the option too. So there's quite a few ways, they're pretty flexible. If you don't have a printer, like I said, you can do the eSign, or You can go to a library if you have access to that. And if you don't, you can actually call the company and say, hey, I have no way to print this stuff out. And they'll actually send you paper copies that you can sign and send back. That's also an option as well. So familiarize yourself with this, because you'll definitely be in that pretty frequently. Let me make sure that I got everything. Like I said, if you happen to need to change that username, because in another video after this, you'll need to have that username to make your website. So if it isn't there, then just go here into the account tab and then login info, and you can change it right there. So I will be seeing you guys in the next video, and here we go.